Alright, my Foxy family, and my SL family, and all those who have ever been to Skids. It's the video that I've been trying to bug everybody about sending in their things, any pictures or memories or, what have you. Some of you responded, some of you didn't. Honestly, I'm gonna be straight up, I'm disappointed that not more people actually stepped up. It didn't matter if you didn't have a picture, even if it was just a no-carded memory, something. This is for Skids and Alana, show them, how much we all loved Skids Isle. I mean, this place has been around, I was a year old when I got introduced to it, and this May 17th, I will be 9 years old in SL. That's how long this place has been around that I'm aware of. Okay, and I believe it was created between 2003, 2004, I want to say. I mean, yeah, okay, I've been a manager for forever, and I still don't even know when the hell the damn thing was created. But I'm going to start off with a lot of memories that I was given and told. And even my daughter, Letty, had told me she had met so many wonderful people and had so many wonderful experiences. And in the video, I'll end up logging in so I can read her note card, because I forgot to note card it on my computer. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and start. This was myself and my boyfriend, Dante. We actually, while I was a manager, we had a little platform at Skidz, so this is some of our memories. This here is one of my SL daughters, my brother, and myself. I don't know why. We had a wild hair up our butts to just, we were going to do our own Vocaloid thing and entertain people ground level. I think we actually did. We put on some kind of little show. It was great. I got quite a few of those, and this is one of our managers, little Celestina Starshine. She was absolutely adorable. I loved her to pieces, and she always had the best avatars. But this was one of her memories back when we actually had the clubhouse ground floor. And there's another one of her. She's just so cute, oh my god. But she was one of the best managers there. And then this was back when it was still just kind of open. Skidz was just developing that kind of sci-fi-y look that he had going. And this was my brother and my now partner, Cece, all hanging out with, unfortunately, a friend of ours that passed. They were actually dating for a while. This was Zach and my brother. And then that was my SL son. And then my boyfriend's ex-girlfriend, and they were really good friends. He was trying to set those two up because he knew she was lonely. And this was back when my now partner Cece was with him. They just don't ask. Trust me, don't ask. So he decided to go as Laughing Jack for a little bit. And that was fun. I helped him make all the clothes and stuff for it. This was back when Skidz was still open air. I want you to notice something. There's this tree here. Okay? It's an awesome little tree. And so that's another one of Kit and Cece when they were still dating. I was trying to be there. And keep in mind, see, you can see this tree in the background. The reason why I keep mentioning this tree is because at the end I have... Well, it's not really a surprise, but I have a parcel of my own that I turned it into something I called Home Tree, like Pandora's Floating Islands, okay? But on one of these islands, I have a huge tree. And it's in honor of this tree that has, no matter what build Skidz has done with this with Skids Isle, that tree was always there. Always there. As my brother again, he's up on one of the private platforms doing some modding. And he sent me this, and he's like, modding hurts. I mean, for kimonos, yeah, they get stabbed. This is Katana. She's a good friend, too. She doesn't have many pictures. She told me she regretted not taking more when she had the chance to, but that was one of her very first beginnings. And that's my brother and I up on a platform. This was my friend Sparkles. She didn't stick around in SL for very long, but she was absolutely adorable, and I loved her to pieces. I actually ran as her twin for a little while. Yeah, so here we are. Another one of our platforms at Skids here. So this is her here, and this is me. And there's lots of little. There's an absolutely little awesome story between these two, because these two were dating. Again, it's my brother and then Zach. And he had actually asked my brother to be his partner at Skids, with Cece there as witness, and then of course I took the picture. And man, it's the first time I've ever heard my brother cry. It was great. And then, oh yeah, oh God, no. Just no. And then again, one of my SL daughters, my brother, and myself, up on one of the larger platforms. I think somebody was building that day, and we had decided that we were just going to perform. We were like wandering performers, you know? It was fun. This dude, my brother sent me these. He met a guy who was not, I can't say dressed up as, but had an Alduin avatar. And of course, you know, more cutesy pictures. He has a lot of pictures of him and his boyfriend before he passed away. And I was being a baby fur, and that's my sister, I think that's my dad, and then my mama. But this is all up on one of the main platforms that I had raised out there at Skids. You know, still have a little build platform, but it's a little private. More of the Alduin. He's a little dark to see because my brother didn't quite do the pictures right. And him again is Laughing Jack. And then this was because of being a manager, I was able to have a home there. So this was my brother and I's home. It was actually my mate's idea for the police box aquarium. I have to refine that again because I know I have it there somewhere. Or was that Dante's or Cece's? Dante's. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to edit out at least an hour of my video.
Oh no.
So long to load in.
This is Wolf Drake. This is another friend of ours. He was up on a private platform. This was one of his beginning pictures. He doesn't really have a lot either. But, you know, I told him any picture, I don't care what it is, we gotta get it. So a lot of this was me and my friends because we hung out. Oh my God, Skidz was our home. It really was. And this is my brother. He's being like a half unicorn Nico thing with the Alduin character. And then more of my SL daughter and myself. And then there's more Alduin breathing fire. That moon always tripped me out.
Why?
Just because it did. It was just weird. And then another picture of me in my home over at Skids. And then a kind of a more of a, this is what Alduin would have looked like from, you know, a small stature point of view, according to my brother. And then we're just chilling. Not doing nothing. Just hanging around. This was somebody I met. Now, this is an old school picture of Skids. This is how, when I first found it. That's why I wanted to tell you, you know, notice the tree. Okay. This was Skids circa when I first, like the first year I was there. So I started 2011. So this would have been Skids 2012 to 2013 latest. And when it was still all open space and everything. And I met this wonderful lady. And I had asked her if I could get a picture because she was laying down, so she stood up so I could get a full stature picture of her. And this, I think it was one of the first dragons. Oh my God, what's the name of that huge? It wasn't Guardian Dragon, but it was some other weird. It started with a D for feral dragons. One of the very first ones. But this ought to tell you how old Skidz is. He was still building that big old high-rise thing that was there for the shops and stuff. And then this was the dude that My brother had met with the Alduin avatar. Now he's showing off his Daedric armor. Oh my god, I actually said that right this time.
It's a fucking miracle.
And
I know, just showing that stuff off. He had made that stuff.
oh, he made this stuff.
Adowin included.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, he was a master builder.
And I think this was the evil Dragonborn, I want to say.
No.
No?
It's Daedric.
Daedric? Dark Daedric?
No, just Daedric armor.
Okay, that's got like horns and crap. It's not like this other. Here, let's go back. It's not this. This is Daedric.
No, that's Dwemer.
Dwemer? Oh! Okay, anyway, moving on.
That's Daedric. That's
I'll just go with the freaking Dragonborn bone armor.
Dragon bone armor.
That's what I just said.
You said dragon bone armor. No, it's dragon bone.
Anyway. So, yeah, he was still trying to be what we call a unicorn. It's an eco-unicorn. And then me and my little baby for self up on one of the platforms. No, the diaper was not active. It's for show. And then my SL son Anthony hanging out with my brother and his boyfriend Zach. Where's my thing? Oh, that's the end of the pictures. So I'm going to pause for just a moment. And then I will be able to show off a few more memories and things, because I still have pictures that I have in my in texture organizers and on my avatar. So I will be right back, you guys. Okay, guys, we're back. Now I wanted to show off this photo here, mostly due to the fact that there's a story behind this one. This was another part at Skidz when it was still, you know, circa early. And it was my friend Az and myself. He had gotten this demon and he's like, you have to match me. And so we went ahead and he got me the demon. And so he was Lord Alter and I was Ariana at the time. But the funny part was, I forget now exactly how Opiak and I met, but we met for doing something. And I was about a year old, and he asked me if I wanted to come to Skidz. It was a grief-free sandbox, you know, nobody would mess with me, I'd be safe, you know, things like this. And I was like, yeah, you know, that would be great. I think up to that point I had dealt with getting messed with so bad, and griefed and everything else. And yeah. Sorry, 1 second. I can't see your screen. But it was just... So he brought me there. And he introduced me to Alana first. And then later on I ended up meeting Skidz. And I was there every day. Skidz was my new home. I didn't have a home. So Skidz became my home. And I was able to res out this cute little house that I think is like almost 500 prim. But it's old school. Like old school prim. And whatnot. And it was just fun. And that was one of my most favorite things there, is that I was there for a few years, and then they opened up and asked about, you know, if you want to be a manager, put in an application. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do this, because I think like it was 3-4 years that I had been with Skidz thus far. And I absolutely loved the place, so I did. And this was after he had turned it from this open area to that kind of sci-fi thing with that weird cover on it. Not the atrium cover, but just the second stage Skidz.
The phase that lasted for all of 6 months.
It's something like that, yeah.
Before he was... The reason he changed that is because he was told by all of his vendors, change it or we walk.
Why?
They hated it.
Good grief.
From what I understand, anyway.
And, but yeah. Hold on a second, guys. I will be right back. Alright, sorry, y'all. A lot of times when I'm in SL, I have a lot of friends that kind of, you know, hey, help me! Advice! So, yeah. Anyway, back to my story. Um, so I used to reside at this little tiny house. I had 3 little daughters for a little bit, and we had their house there. But I wasn't, you know, it was good while I had them. But yeah. So Skidz has been my home for quite some time, and that was honestly, as and I are still friends. He was a manager there, and that's how I got introduced. And then I was there for quite some time, and I was building and having fun and interacting with everybody. And then there's this thing about managers, applications. If you want to be one, put it in. So I did. And then I told Skidz about it, and he's like, "Yay!" And then a little while later, I think it was within 3 days, but I honestly, if I remember correctly, it was the next day that I got messaged by Alana and went through the interview thing, and she was like, "Sweetheart, we were hoping you would put in an application." Now, keep in mind, this is loosely quoted because this was years upon years ago, and unfortunately, in 2018, I had a mild stroke, so I don't remember a whole lot of exacts, but you know, they knew that I was there and that it was my home. I would protect it, and that's how I became a manager. So when Skidz announced, that he gave us managers, we had 3 days with which to be able to pick up and move and find other places. Because what had happened, I had gotten so many people, and I wish I had wrote down all the names. I really, really do. Because there were so many people every time that I would put in and remind people that I wanted them to send me their memories, send me their experiences, and anything that they had at Skidz. That there were so many people who was like, well, tell him that, we loved the place, or what, I mean, at least 100 people. I kid you not, and this is probably why I didn't write down all the names, that just absolutely adored Skid Sandbox. And I hope you guys know that. And just kind of a flash to the past, this was a copy of my application. I didn't realize I had kept it, and I'm so glad I did, because I didn't know I kept it. So it asked, like, how old I was, how many hours a week. So I was spending about 2/3 of my week in SL. It was my second home since I started SL. I forget where my first home was. I think it was a different sandbox. And asked how much time I'm willing to dedicate to being a manager. And I said about half my time, because I did AFK a lot. Or just hang around, so I have no problems doing that at Skidz instead of my house. Where the heck was I living at this point? So let's see, if I owned any of Skids' products, which I did not. Let's see, asking what I did. So I said, I love using the main area ground floor so I can meet other builders and new people. Have I been griefed while on Skids Isle? This was the kind of griefing, okay, guys. This is circa 2013 to 2015-16 griefing, okay? I did get griefed a couple of times, mostly harmless things, lagging. Someone had rezzed out a penis that had attached itself to me and peed on my head. Not sure who that was, but it ended up being a thing. So, anyway, it was interesting. Let's see, I was shot in the air once. If you went into the Control-Alt-T, where you could see scripted items, you could see a bunch of little, like, noobs all attached to me and float me up in the air. Let's see. Didn't like voicing at the time, but would if I had to, and that was about it. So it was kind of cool. And then I'm trying to find my daughter's one because I told her I would go ahead and read it. I just gotta find it first. Where is it? Okay, I did copy down a few names. Brett Kajeller said, sadly, I have no vids or pictures. There's a lot of fond memories and a great deal of respect for his talents. Please forward my appreciation to him. So there's that. And then someone else, this inhibit spade, and whatnot, wanted me to make sure I gave him a notice to let him know that the video was out. But I cannot tell you how many people gave this exact same thing. So give me a second, because unfortunately I have a lot of note cards here. So it's gonna take me a second to find it, but oh, and Latex Goddess. Oh my goodness, I have to get her in here too. The reason being is that she was our oldest and most precious, honestly, of our patrons. She'd been a patron with us since before I was a manager. And she was the little pink or red latex skinned and bodied and haired and everything little Abby that would run around. And she's an absolute sweetheart. I play chess with her on occasion. But she was very, very upset when Skidz shut down. So, yeah. Oh, come on. Where is that? Because I know I kept it. You guys have to bear with me. Because I ended up getting a lot of note cards that... That's the memory video instructions.
And the Oscar for best voice acting goes to that man. Shittiest. Hell no.
Oh, and this person here, this Amnesty Bunnin, was that if Skidz ever wanted to come back into SL, there was the offer of a store that he could have for free. And yeah, which I thought was absolutely just beautiful of them to offer. But I will be right back as I go to find this, because I'm not finding it and it's being a pain in my butt. So I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, back. Now, I had to recontact my SL daughter, Letty, because unfortunately SL likes to eat things on occasion, and it happened to have eaten the note card she gave me of her experience, so she rewrote it for me. And what she says is, my sisters Newt and Spice and I didn't have a home for Christmas, so we went to Skidz, grabbed a private Sky platform, and decorated the heck out of it. We spent 3 hours there singing Christmas songs, telling each other memories we shared, laughing, and exchanging gotcha presents. It was wonderful that we had such a great place to celebrate that Christmas. And yeah. I'm pretty sure there's others out there that had similar experiences, but she definitely wanted to make sure that Skidz and Alana knew that that particular Christmas was very, very cool. And it was because of Skidz having Skids Isle that was able to be a thing. And there are so many memories. I mean, like I had showed you previous with my brother and his boyfriend, my family and I, heck, even my SL daughter at the time was trying to do a voice DJ thing to where she played music and whatnot over her voice there at ground level for people. So she even had her own little show and everything. It was great. But that Christmas, though, that was pretty cool. That's a good memory. But unfortunately, that's about all that we have. I mean, I had asked a lot of people to step up, and I got a lot of well wishes, and please let him know that we miss Skidz and that we will miss Skidz. But I wanted to end the video on that awesome note of that Christmas, because that was the main experience of myself or my brother that I was given, and that is a very special thing. So, to Alana and Skidz, we love you. We miss you guys. We hope you're doing all right, and that life is treating you well. And hopefully someday, maybe Skidz Isle will be able to come back. And if it does, trust me, you will have a ton of people right there ready to support y'all. So, love you guys. For my Foxy family, feel free to join Second Life. That is where this is all coming from. You can find that at SecondLife.com. It is a free game. I'm not sure what kind of game it would be considered, to be honest. But it is avatar based, as you can see. And the other thing I wanted to show is, remember that tree I kept telling you guys to be, watch out for? Well, this whole place was a bunch of floating islands, and it reminded me of Skids, the way that it made me feel, which is why I did it this way. And I couldn't find that exact tree, but damn it if I didn't try. So there you go, my own little homage to home tree. And if I ever manage to get an extra parcel to where I can open it up to the public, I will be more than happy to invite people. But for right now, this is my home, so I can't. But home tree, as I used to call that big tree that was right in the middle of Skids, lives on. I'm signing off, y'all.